Hello, 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 everyone. How y'all doing today? How's it going out there? Hi, Labs. Hi, Jen. So good news. I think we got some sound alerts working. I'm sure Jen's gonna be trying those any minute now. Even though it's a absolute headache. Oh, howdy. That one doesn't have a sound yet. It will eventually, but a few channels just have like a once a stream, just use that to say hi, and I really like that. So I stole it. I stole it.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
I heard it. Did you hear it? Maybe in the future I'll have something on screen to go along with it. Oh, good. Yay. Man, OBS is a friggin' nightmare. Like,
I'm skeptical that you could, yet intrigued that you may.
Thank you. I spent like an hour before stream trying to get them to work, and they were just not working. And finally, like, Jen came over to talk about something, and I was like, "Can you help me with this? Like, I do not know what's wrong." And I was like showing her that it wasn't working, and it worked. Like, I don't know. OBS is so weird. Ooh, you sent your current project? Maybe I'll go take a quick little peek. I don't see anything. Oh, there it is. I see it now. Ooh, that's looking gorge. That's really cool. Is that a, I'm gonna guess D&D villain? Since it's not recognizably Warhammer. Hope you're enjoying your time off, by the way. Yes, sir. So, we are going to continue with the Superman robot today. Probably not going to stream too long, at least as long as like the drawing and game streams have been. Partially because I feel like I get really like brain burnt out sooner doing this sort of thing, but also stretch. Thank you. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, can you hear all that cracking? Yeah, probably won't go as long today also because I want to, now that I have sound alerts working, I want to hopefully add a few more of those and work, now do a flip. No. 1 million points. Yeah, I just want to, so much back end stuff I want to keep working on. But hey, chip away at it. We'll get there eventually. Plus, I mean, it's kind of fun to have like a little new thing each stream, you know? Like today we have the sound alerts. Thursday we'll have, I don't know, wreck your shit, do a flip. I mean, your camera's in here. I'll wreck shit if you want me to, but that's gonna be on you. My monitor, not my monitor, my drawing tablet. Well, that's already kind of. We don't need to talk about that. Anyway, let's do some robots. Let me move the. Okay, let me move shit before you wreck. You're so it's not really very punk of you. You know, I'm just saying. Let's get some music crack-a-lackin'. Let me move chat a little bit so I can still see it while I'm roboting. So after spending like, what, hour last time trying to figure out these friggin' shoulder joints, and then, you know, spending a week forgetting to look at more reference images, I found a few before stream, and the solution that I think is going to work is like frustratingly simple. It's punk to not spend money on new things. Yeah, that's fair. I'm still gonna wreck your shit though if you tell me to wreck shit. So this is what I was trying to do before with this thing rotating this way and the outer one rotating this way. So what we're gonna try today, and again, this is wild for how long I spent thinking about this problem last week. I gotta move OBS so I can still see myself, so I know I'm on camera, on screen, but like just rotating them. I found another robot that has like these joints, or not. I mean, it doesn't look very similar, but joints that articulate in these two directions. I'm like, oh, that would work a lot better, because I know last week the problem we were running into is that if this rotates up, then this would clip into the body. But now we won't have this problem, because this will be sticking out no matter what angle it rotates at. It's kind of frustrating when the answer is like so glaringly obvious. All right. So the question now is, what kind of shapes do we want to do? Let's move this back over here. Also, now that I've done this, I'm probably not going to need this square that I cut out of the torso. Or, I mean, I'll probably need a shape, but it'll be a different shape. So, let's see, split this up. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there for now because it's still centered, or, you know, at least centered on this line. And I don't want to move it around and lose that. So, I think I'm going to keep the elbows facing this way, because really we only need, you know, once the shoulder moves in different ways, the elbow really only needs to move the one way. So that's fine. Whoops. How it is. So then I think if we rotate just this top part, I could select the objects one by one, but I prefer rotating them to a spot where I can just drag a box and select them all without accidentally selecting background objects as well. Okay. All right, so if this were to rotate, let's rotate the board. All right, I'm gonna have to figure out recentering it, but all right, and then, all right, so let's get this rotated for the moment. All right, let's hide the box for now. Excuse me. Okay, so is this the, oh wait, no, all right, so there you go. The thing I'm working on in After Effects is using an effect called CC ball action. Where is my ball? Oh god, should I make that a sound alert? That is my stem, vocal stem. What do you? I feel like there's another word for it. I've been saying that so much lately. Vocal stem. Yeah, I'm not gonna subject chat to it right now. Also, I don't entirely understand the source of it, but all right. So I keep accidentally. Oops. Let's just move those out of the way for now. There we go. Now I can drag a box without selecting them. Okay. Alright, so we're returning this. So the heights don't really line up how they were before. Alright, but the arm and shoulder was basically in a good spot, and then we adjusted this one to match it. So I guess we'll just move this one up. Alright, so if these two cylinders were connected so that each of them could rotate independently. Well, let me look at my reference image again. So really, the way it is in this robot I'm looking at, so it's got the body, and it looks like the part that rotates this way is basically set into the body, or like, you know, pokes out just a very small bit. And then I'll do that, make this a little smaller. Okay. So actually, let me get a different shape. This'll work. Okay. So Man Labs is working on projects, Jen's working on projects, I'm working on projects. I like that we're all getting our work done. Let's change this. I don't know why I'm getting so precise. This is literally just to illustrate the other thing I'm looking at. Busy little bees, or beavers, or bats, or any other creature that starts with a B. Brontosaurus. Well, I think Liz specifically is a busy bat, since she couldn't be a llama, because llamas are not alliterative with busy. Busy Brontosaurus, busy Bucephalus. I think that's Alexander the Great's horse. Busy little Bryans. Busy little bartenders. Busy little bouquet of flowers. The busy bees like the busy bouquet of flowers. What am I trying to do here? Alright, so let's make this a little smaller. Kind of line this up here. Whoops. So hard sometimes when you think an object's in one spot and then rotate it and it's in a completely different spot. You have a horse. You painting a horse, or did you get into the stable game? Buying a barn you didn't tell us about? Or are you really into that anime horse girl racing game everyone's been obsessed with lately? Usamame or something? Oh, I don't know. I don't know, man. I just work here. Okay, and then let's get another one in here. Let's rotate it a little bit. Okay. So, the robot, you said that, Alexandra. Yeah. I know what I said, but what kind of horse do you have? Do you have Alexander the Great's horse? His skeleton mounted on your wall? God, imagine. Right, let me change this color. Okay, so the robot I'm looking at for reference. So the red box is its body. The green spins. Well, really the blue spins around the green. So yeah, that's where the bad juju comes from. Your house is cursed by the ghost of Alexander the Great's horse. Who saw that one coming? Okay, so this is the shoulder. The blue part spins around the... Oh, I didn't select this. Okay. So Damn, that's right. Yeah, that is some old curse. So, all right. So that spins, the green spins the arm around. And then this, so this is like, actually, really, I should do this to make it a little more sensical. The demeanor of some horses is very, yeah, I feel like horses all are very, the more you know them, you can tell they definitely have different personalities. Am I trying? Okay. Just make that bigger. Okay. Connect those. Okay, so let's just combine those. So this is actually, yeah, we'll just make these one shape. Combine. Okay. Okay, so oh, don't move on me. So this part spins this way, and it holds the rest of the arm in, so it spins together. And then this is on, like, I'm not gonna really bother actually getting it, but like, an axle, is that how you call it? So then, yeah. So then that holds the arm in there. Yeah. And then this rotates up and down. So, how are we going to translate that to this? I guess. So if this is the arm, we could keep these dark orange gears. And then instead of this orange piece, have it be more of a half circle shape like that. And then the half circle would connect to this wherever it spins on the body. Okay, yeah, I think that works. And then, like, it's not a circle, because like we were talking about last time, the robots are very cartoony, and their shoulder joints are literally just a circle, or, you know, a sphere, whatever. So it wouldn't be that, but like it is still pretty round overall, so I think it does still get the feeling of it, the vibe of it, you know? All right, I'm going to move this over here so I still have it for reference, because I don't want to get rid of it. Okay. So I like the rivets. It's like, how much of this can I reuse without making a complete new shape from scratch? Because that takes way longer. Alright. So, well, either way, it's definitely going to have to come out the back as well. Let's mirror that. Okay. That's not... How far does it stick out on this side? Okay, I think that's even. Sometimes you just gotta eyeball it. I mean, the nice thing is that, like, when things line up, you can measure it by, like, when you hit the arrow keys, you can move things around instead of using the mouse. So like, if I hit the arrow key 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like I know it's, you know, specifically 0.5 millimeters away, and then I can, like, if I were trying to match it somewhere else, I could do the same thing, which is what I was doing for this. Because you can see this line here where, like, it changes shape. Very nice, thank you. if I go 1.1 millimeters in, that line disappears completely. So yeah. So I just go to where it disappears completely, and then I do 0.1 again on this side. So how do you like my really over explaining things? Now the other question too is, do I want rivets on both sides for the elbows? I think not, and actually I think I'll probably have these stick out less. Maybe something like that even. You explain as much as you want. Yeah, I'll explain what I want. It doesn't mean it's interesting. I thought it was interesting. Sounds good. I have no idea what I'm looking at. Yeah, that's how I feel half the time. I don't know, we'll come back to that. Getting sidetracked. Okay, so the robot I was using for reference, it's not, these aren't straight lines, it's like a half circle. I don't think I'm gonna do that though. I think I am actually gonna do it straight, more like this, because that feels more like this like early industrial period. I feel like didn't have a lot of, I mean it had curves but not like spheres. So yeah. Alright, so maybe I'm trying to figure out what shape I want and then what shape I need to make the shape I want. I guess maybe if I do a square, if I can, where are you going? If I can line it up, incoming ad break. Oh yeah, that's another thing. We'll see if the chat bot, whatever you call it, works as well. So I think I have it set to play a message when ads start. But I still have to, still gotta fine tune that, because ideally, I think I said this yesterday, but I'll still be on screen when like our fake retro commercials play. So like we can still hang out. But for now it's still just gonna be full screen. I got 2 minutes. Speaking of, thoughts on words for sign thing. Ads starting soon. We will wait for you. Commercials for subs only, maybe. I think, well, I don't want to say ads starting soon because it's like the idea is when the ads play and you see the screen really little, you can still read it. So like my point is it'll be when ads are playing. So maybe something like, sorry, quick ad break. Ad break. I'm just putting it in chat so you can copy it. Quick ad break. You're not missing anything. Start a little before and stay. I mean, like, yeah. I'll probably put it on before we go to ads, but like, ideally, if I get the scene set up and I'm still on screen while the commercials are playing, I can just say ads are gonna start in a minute. Whereas once people get ads, they won't be able to hear me, hence the sign they can read. Otherwise, the message won't be seen by the well, no, because I guess it depends where you're watching it. But like on like I don't think our TV would do this, but like on computer and stuff. And I'm not sure about mobile, but like on the computer, it gets minimized and you can still see it. And I think that's like why like Booty, for example, still has the message on screen so that you can read it even though you can't hear what's going on. All right, quick ad break. maybe content. Oh, content. Didn't realize. Yeah, that's the idea. At least I'm not sure how accurate it is in practice. Content will resume when you return. And actually, I think, yeah, the ads should have just started. So I'm going to switch to those really quick and I'll be right back. All right, ad break's not quite over, but I want to try. It's so weird. I was just checking the bot settings, and it does still say like on for an announcement when ads are starting. So let's see if I follow and unfollow. Let's see if that works, because that's not a commands work at least. But let's see. Unfollow. Follow. All right, let's see if that does anything. Man, is that not working again? I tested it this morning because it wasn't working yesterday, and it worked when I was testing it. Yeah, I know I'm now following me on Twitch. I don't need an email for it. Oh. Oh. Just spam. Thanks, Automod. I was hoping it was Stream Elements. Man, well, that's another thing to look at again. Oh, let me open up my little reminder notes. Look at chatbot alerts again. I'm writing it in caps so I remember that I'm mad at them. Oh well. Alright, back to the robot. So that's what I was doing. Move it back a little bit. Okay. So I think I'm going to try to line it up with the width of the circle. Oh, I can just do this. How tall is it? 12.5. All right, so we'll make this 12.5. Oops, not 12.54. Right. Did you try to refresh cache on the OBS source for it? Well, when I refreshed stuff and then it was working again, I haven't done anything since then. So it worked a little bit. Yeah, 12:59. I've had chat open since then, I guess. Thanks for following. It says it in chat. So I don't know why it's not working now. Like, it did work today. But I don't know. I'll look at that off stream later. Alright, yes, let's hide this. Yeah, okay, so that should be lined up now. So, if we do this, where is it? Oh, maybe it's not lined up perfectly. Okay, that's close enough for now. So, let's see. I guess. If it lines up here, and then these are sticking out a little bit, that's probably fine. Because otherwise, if I have the red line up, close enough. If I have the red line up with the outermost face, then I got these ugly sharp corners here, and I would have to either get rid of them or just make a flat circle. No, I don't like that. I'll just have the round parts stick out a little bit. Where am I lining this? Okay. Oh, if I line it up with that, then it is shorter than the arms, and they are supposed to go around the arms, so that will not work. Well, at the very least, I'm gonna have to make the arms shorter. I'll probably have to make, yeah, the arms should be as wide as these orange pieces. So, oh, and then I had this, let's see how this works. So, select those three. Line that one up there, and then they're not quite lined up. Let's see if I move it one over. I'll make it one wider. Okay, that's good enough for now. So that'll be all one shape. Yeah. So, well, actually, really, it should be a little smaller. Why did chat just look like there was a new message? But there's no. It looked like something disappeared. Not important. I am getting in the weeds. Okay. So the arms need to be thinner than this. Let's make that see-through for a minute. This probably doesn't need to go in that much. So let's make it a little wider. Well, actually, how long is this? This is 9.5. So what if this were 7.5? And then there's a gap of 1 millimeter on both sides. Yeah, that'll probably be good. I guess let's just make sure they're still centered. No, not that one. This one. Okay, so they are centered. I guess I'm happy. Actually, before I combine them into one shape, I'm gonna make it a drop thinner again. Or do I just make these joints a little bit bigger? Oh man, I don't have any reference images for the Superman robot. Give me a minute. I'm gonna grab one of those. Superman robot. There we go. Oops. Okay, let's move you there. Okay. So, what was the point in doing that? What was I looking at? Oh, the size of the shoulders. The shoulders are a decent size bigger than the arms and the elbow joint for that matter. So yeah, making these bigger makes more sense than making the arm smaller. Let's see. Just looking at the reference image and trying to eyeball it. Let's Let's hide this red square for now. It's throwing me off. Make it a hair bigger. Okay. So, well, I said so, and the singer said so. It was meant to be. Okay. Oh, and also, this is kind of evident given the basis, but this will work really well for the propeller arms because so this, whoops. So that joint rotates like that, and then connected to this one, it rotates around there. Bam, the arms are in the perfect spot for the little wings to come out. Meant to be, thank you. But yeah, so this articulation will work so much better than whatever I was trying last time. Oh, oops. Okay. So that's good. Yeah, because that was the biggest problem last time, realizing the arms need to rotate sideways for the wings to pop out. Okay, so really, how do I want to design this shape? Oh, you know, this could actually work out really well because if you were here last time, I was talking about I was very indecisive on the arms if I wanted to just sculpt multiple versions of the arms in different poses, or do something like this where the hole goes on the peg and then, you know, you can rotate it freely. I think if I do this, I can, so this piece, whoops, I can put a peg in it and then put a hole in the body, and then I can cut out a slot here where this part of the arm goes in, and then I can just pose it after I print it, and then it'll all be articulable. You know what I mean? I'll be able to print all the joints separately and it'll fit together. All right, that works really well. I'll still have to decide. I'll still have to pose it a little bit, because if I want the elbow, I understood most of that. So like, all right. Let's just copy this so I don't have to move it and then undo. So what I'm gonna do, yes, I understood most of those words. So what I want to do, combine those. Let's see, duplicate that for a minute, make this a whole. Yeah, I feel like it's one of those things that makes sense in my head, but then it's kind of hard to describe. Move that over. Why do I have? Oh, that's that. So that combined with that. Hard to articulate. Boo. Man, I really need to get my soundboard up so I can boo you properly. Alright, so I'll make this a little taller. No, I don't need to do that. That's combine that. Just that. Okay. So, what I am going to do is, yeah, these don't need to be lined up perfectly. All right, let's move you over. let's move you over. Get rid of this shit. So, okay. So let's put one of these here. Oops. Combine. And then, actually, let's make this a different color. Combine these. Make you red again. Put one of yous here. Do that. Gotta zoom in. Come on. Yes, I know you're a complicated shape with a lot going on. It's gonna take you a minute. Or I'll just make you try and do it again. There we go. Sometimes just gotta reset it. So, I'm gonna print these 3 pieces like this. Body, arm, and shoulder. The shoulder will peg, old Peggy, my peg-a-leg, is gonna go into this hole. Then we can get that rotation. Then this piece goes in like that, and I can put it at whatever angle. Whoops. Ideally, yeah, at some point I'm gonna print this. That's why back here, this is my little like Warhammer. Well, I mean it's Captain America, but it's my miniature size, so I have it first. And the robot's gonna be around this big when it's done. Stream the printing. Yeah, 8 hours of staring at a thing, barely change. But yeah, then I'll be able to rotate this at whatever angle I want before gluing it into place here. So that way I can... I don't have to decide the poses before printing, pretty much. But then, yeah, like I was starting to say, people like weirder things. Yeah, fair. So let's do this. I mean, I probably could make this fully articulated, but like at the size of a miniature, it's really not worth it. But yeah, the thing I'm gonna have to print different poses is the arm, this arm piece. Because if I want a straight arm, or, I mean, pretend this bit is his hand. Want him to be like that. Like, I don't think it's worth making this some posable. But this still gives me a lot of flexibility, which is really nice. I mean, it might, even as it is, it might be terrible at a tiny scale. But I can always, this will still make it easier to pose if I do pose it before printing. So I think it's still, it works well either way, I think. Okay. So, it's like hard to figure out what part to work on next, because like I'm sort of just eyeballing the dimensions of it, but like I'm also looking at the size of the arms and legs in proportion to each other. So like if I make the legs, I kind of want to make the arms first, but then if I make the arms, I want to make the legs first, because like they go halfway down the legs. So it's like maybe I'll measure it and like actually get a bit more precise. I don't know. We're just working on the shoulder right now. We won't worry about that yet. Oh, actually, I'm going to get rid of that square because I don't think we're going to need it. Alright, so the real question now is distance from the body. and also like how much I want anything to stick out from the body. Actually, oops, let's move that in a little bit. I feel like, so if this part is going to go into the body and rotate, we're really not going to be able to see anything. So I don't have to put, because before when it was going to be like moving up and down, you were going to see more under it. But that's not really a problem now, because no matter how the arm is posed, this part is going to be flat against the body. So I really don't need to worry about that shape too much. The important thing is just, you know, getting the placement of it. I mean, it'll be good anyway to have like a little guide. Maybe I'll do that. Just barely touching the rivets. Just a little. Wait, is this not centered? Because it's a lot closer. It's touching this rivet and it's not touching this one. And then it looks like this. Lucas. It looks like this is maybe the top part, and it's, oh, also this isn't centered. What was, did I accidentally move it? Oh, maybe when I rotated it, it lost its centering. Alright, let's just fix that really quick. Actually, that'll be good, because then I can get all of these pieces centered. Okay, so I don't want to center it on the body itself, because like I talked about last time, I want it centered on this line, but this line is not technically the center of the object, because it's a little wider on this side, and you've also got this part sticking out on the back, so it's like, I don't know where this, actually, I mean, out of curiosity, let's see what the center is. So we'll just make that really thin. Right, so if we were to line up these two shapes, I do love the aligning tool in this. It's so simple. Yeah. So the line is not. The blue line is the center, or the midpoint of the object. But I want a lot. Ah! I hit the back button by mistake. Well, I hit the little button on my mouse. Thank God it autosaves. Yeah. So I can't center things to the body. Man, why didn't I just make this in the center of the body? That probably would have saved me some headache. Oh, well, we're here now. I'm not going to separate all those shapes to change it. I'm sure I did it for a reason. Or maybe, you know, maybe I did that before I shaped the rest of the body. So then I was like, let me cut off some of the back, and then it became off center. I don't know, not important. All right, so we want this to be the exact width of this little channel. I think that looks good. At least good enough. Man, it doesn't like zooming in too much. It just like resets. Like it looks like it's a drop off. Oh, I'm still on one. You can change the what things snap to, both for movement and like resizing it. So like, ooh, 5. I never use 5. Yeah, so every time I drag it, it goes up by 5 millimeters, and it would be the same thing, moving around. I usually keep it 0.1, which is technically the smallest. There's also a setting that just says off, but it's really like a tenth of the, so I guess it would be 0.01 millimeters. But even this, like, I don't need to be doing this, because once I'm actually printing it, like, it's not gonna, nothing can print at like that fine of a detail. So I'm really just doing this for my own insanity. Let's see. Oh, yep. So there's there's his insides. It's a big empty box. Actually, let's do this for all right. So this needs to be. It's so hard to move the camera when you zoom in too much. Don't show his insides. That's it's it's okay actually. You don't need to censor it because they ain't got no souls. So. I went too far. Let's turn this into. So true. Yeah, it's easy to forget. Jesse, you can't say that. Listen, I'm going on record saying robots don't have souls. They're not ginger. I mean, they could be. Maybe that's their master plan. Man, I'm getting this way more exact than I need to, but I can't help myself. Okay. So that is the size of the trench. So we will be able to line that up perfectly. So now we take all these shapes. Okay. So now we can align these. Nope, I always click the wrong one. Oh, that's what I did. The only problem with the aligning tool sometimes is if your shapes aren't the shapes you think they are. Like I forgot this and this are two separate pieces. So instead of leaving them where they are, it was like, okay, well, the middle of that one should be there and the middle of that one should be there. So let's make that one piece. Okay, I think that... All right, let's try that again. Nope. Always click the wrong buttons. Okay. Align. Okay. So those are all aligned. So now you found it. I should tell Fluffy. Oh, Luffy. Okay, so now the arm should be lined up with the rivets. Beautiful, perfect. Okay, so now, all right, I gotta get back to this shape. Oh, Maybe I'll do the holes and pegs last, because this is not the size I'm going to be printing it at. And usually if I'm printing something, I try to give it like a 0.1 millimeter clearance on each side. But like, if I do that now and then shrink it down, then that means the clearance will also shrink, so the sizes won't be right. So yeah, I guess I'll do this red shape and then I'll come back to that part later. Okay. So how exactly do I want this shape to look? Also, I've just got this one little rivet floating here in space, because if I want to add more rivets later, I want it to be the same size, and I don't want to have to figure out the size again. So I'll just copy and paste it if I need it again. Actually, let me move it back a little more. Okay. Just little 3D modeling tips. Actually, for that matter, I should have whatever rivets I used for here, I should have copied as well. But if I really want one, that's the other really nice thing about Tinkercad. I mean, it's good and bad because I think it slows down the program a lot. Like if you saw like the split second when it was loading, how you, like all the boxes in the different shapes, it doesn't save the shape as it currently is. It saves it as like all the interactions you've done to it. So like I can split up all the objects. There we go. So yeah, I got these all combined at one point, and then so I can get rid of that. I can get rid of that. So I must have gotten one of them and then moved it and then copied it and rotated it to get it in a perfect circle. So then even I can delete that, delete that, delete that, separate these two objects, and now I'm left with one perfect little rivet. I mean, the only downside in this specific case is that I'd still have to go back and figure out how much exactly it protrudes from this piece, but like that's a lot easier than remaking the whole rivet. What does a metal frog say? It says rivet. Sorry, I don't know enough about rivets to make a better joke. Okay. Ribbit. Pizza. Okay, so I'm going to change the color of these two pieces to help my brain visualize this a little bit. Okay, so these two green pieces are going to be one piece eventually. One piece mentioned again. So I guess the other question is, they have pop rivets. Pop rivets. See, I don't know enough about rivets to understand. I'm sure it's hilarious. Do I want the green to be bigger than the orange? She said, "My boy, it's Dagger." Oh yeah. I was gonna say, oh, I do. Yeah, I figure you know rivets. Bring your sister over here, let her dance for me just for the hell of it. I kind of want to redesign a new piece for here, because if I'm going to be gluing it in, I'm going to want a smooth curve and not all these little things, but like, if I'm printing it, I can just sand that part down, so it's probably not actually worth doing. But let's see. Yeah, I can't decide which piece should be bigger. Well, because like it would work either way. Because if the orange were also, I guess I should be if I haven't been clear enough, I'm talking about this like the circle diameter between the orange and the green. But yeah, if the orange were bigger, it would just need like a bigger hole cut out of it for like rotating. Otherwise, besides that, it doesn't really affect functionality either way. So I guess it's kind of up to aesthetics. Aesthetics. Oh, that's another thing I gotta line up. So you go over there for a minute. I want to line up all of these because they are not lined up currently. Whoops. Did the same thing again. Gotta make the two purple bits Actually, what else? Okay. So if I want to align these to the center, this. All right, so I'll move him back in a minute. All right, make these two one piece. Man, one piece keeps coming up. Whoa, ass. No, I didn't say ass. I said aesthetic. It's very different. Okay, so there we go. So move that back. Well, wherever it ends up being, I'll stick it out a little bit so I remember to come back to it. Okay, but yeah, now this is all lined up, good and proper. Okay. Maybe I do make this wider. Okay, that could work. Oh, but then, that's right. The weird little jagged corner popping up. I might just have to make a new shape. Oh, you know what I could do? Let's see. I'm gonna copy and paste this in case it doesn't work. This will be easier. Nope. All those. Okay. So what if we were to do this? All right, separate these objects. And then it also saves it at like for each time you did it. So like so if I had like these 4 objects, let's move them together. If I selected them all and did combine into one, and then I did uncombine, they would all go to separate objects. But if I did this one at a time, combine these two, and then combine these two, then every time I did split apart objects, it would do it. It looks like a silly little caterpillar. Doing it once would not split into all 4 separate objects. It splits it apart like in the order you did it. So now we've got the 2 objects again, and then I can split up this one, and then I can split up that one. With the different colors, it reminds me of like, was it maybe a movie studio or a TV channel logo with like very brightly colored different shapes? That's what it reminds me of. But yeah, that's how grouping and ungrouping works in Tinkercad. Which is good, because like, if I were like going back to the body and I wanted to split it apart, like there are so many different shapes, I would not want those to all like split up at once. Because that also includes the eraser blocks. So then like, if I got this shape from like erasing the edge, but then put all these rivets on it, like if they ungrouped all at once and then I tried regrouping it, the eraser would like, it would erase the rivets and like it would all, the way it works would fall apart. Sorry, a bit of a tangent. So yeah, so that's what we're doing here, ungrouping. So yeah, you can see the eraser blocks I used at some point. And then do it again. Okay, and we're back to the yellow rivets. Okay, so now, what if I could make a new shape, but I'll just use this one. So do this. This is also one of those things where it's like, there's probably, 5 ways to do something, and it's just like, what way is easiest for you, or like, what method do you think of first? So like, ultimately, what I'm trying to do here, actually I'll undo a little bit. So my idea is to get a cylinder here that's the same size, but without the angles, so that this is just a flat surface that I can match with the green shape. So like, yeah, I could make a new cylinder, but what I'm going to do is extend this So yeah, this part is completely straight and flat. And then, whoops, get an eraser block. I like that you can put blocks on other blocks so they line up perfectly. So this will line up perfectly with the green. Okay, combine those. How does that, oh wait, get rid of that. And then combine these two. So it'd be something like that. Ignore the line. Sometimes, even when they're like perfectly lined up, it'll still show like the seam, but that sort of thing when it prints, you can't see it at all. So I don't get too concerned about that. I don't like it. It's too flat, it's too plain. Maybe, see, I like how this has like holes in it. Maybe I do something like that with the rivet. Man, so much of this is just like staring at it and thinking, like, what do I want to do here? Or I could do something like this. So keep the green how it is. Whoops. Come on. Alright, yeah, keep the green where it is. Shrink this. Let's see, what's a good size? A little bigger. Don't have to get it perfect right now because this is just to see what the idea looks like. Could do something like that. Then you still get a little bit of dimensionality. It's not perfectly straight. Wait a minute. For that matter, why don't I do this? Let's see, if I copy that and then go forward a few steps, will it still give me the old shape? Yes, it will. Okay, so instead of that, what if we take this back here, and then we still have the flat green plane, and then we have this sticking out a little bit. That might work. We gotta get it centered and stuff, of course, but let's do this really quick. Center it vertically. Okay. So then these would all be, whoops, I forgot I separated all those. That might work. Like I kind of want to add a little cutout circle like this. But then again, like if I'm doing that here, that doesn't have a cutout, so like it doesn't need to be that detailed. Yeah, I think this might work. Like the only thing is the rest of the shape. Well, let's see. Oh, let's do this. Separate this, separate that. Nope. Separate. Separate. Let's just get another eraser over here. Okay. Did that? Nope. What was that? What was that? Select that. Select that. Okay. There we go. So, alright, well, I'll just select all of this, deselect that, combine, Let's change it back to green. Let's ignore that side. It's not perfect. I just wanted to get rid of the part sticking out. So, yeah, the top feels a little boring. And like, I almost want these corners to be beveled. But I feel like that would be really hard, because then I would also need to bevel the circle, like how this one is. And then I feel like matching the circle bevel to the square bevel would also be very difficult. Well, actually, that's just back to the original, like having a corner sticking out. Yeah, it's like just a little too plain. Maybe I'll put some rivets on it. Maybe this shoulder will be riveting. Yeah. No, I'm not making a box. I just want to select. Get it. I sent you the side thing. Ooh. I look forward to looking at it. Man, how have I been doing this for like an hour and I feel like I've gotten nowhere? Okay. So, let's see. These don't have to be... Whoops. Don't have to be perfect for now. Just do a rough... little... that. Okay. And maybe I could put like one here and one here. Might work. That's art, baby! So yeah, if I did want to bevel, like if I were... I guess I could try... Let's see. So with the blocks snapping to each other, I could try... If I line this up at the very top of the circle... Actually, let's hide this for a minute. Okay, so what's... Maybe this? So... nope, it's messed up. So if I can get it to go like perfectly... Let's see... Oops. If I can line that up perfectly, this might actually work. Let's work with a smaller block here. No, gotta start with a new. Okay. Okay, let's start with this. So. Alright, so I want to try and rotate it to perfectly match whatever this angle is. Or I can try again getting a good placement. Wow, someone's on a loud motorcycle. Why are you going that way? It's also, oh, and let me switch to... Okay. This view is kind of like really trippy. It's, what's it called? Orthographic view. Basically, it removes, perspective. Like... So... Let's see, what's a good way to explain this? So, like... if we have a big square, so like bone view. So like I'm trying to think what's the best shape to illustrate this. It eliminates like the way your eye would look at it, basically. I can't remember. Okay. All right, I've got it. So, let's say straight. Oh, that. I mean, I like orthogonal is like the opposite of diagonal, so that makes sense that that's what it means. I just didn't know why they call it orthogonal view in here. Let's see, I'll make that red, and we'll copy that, make that one green, and then we'll copy that one and make that one blue. Okay, so let's see if this will make sense. Learning time. Why do I like explaining the most like unimportant things? All right, so let's see, we're gonna line these up. Okay, so these are all perfectly lined up, but no wait, maybe that doesn't make sense. Okay, so yeah, so like see how from a top angle like you can see the ones underneath it, like because like the horizon, like the perspective shifts. With orthogonal view, it's like it's literally looking straight down, and like yeah, actually that might also make sense. Let me go back to the cube. I know I don't even need to explain this, but I don't know, it's fun, kind of. Whoops. So it like makes sense in my brain, but then trying to put it into words is like, wait. Okay. So see here, the perspective, since we're looking at it from above, this line, things aren't, yeah, it helps for seeing like exact like how things line up. So like looking at this cube, so like we know it's a cube, we know these are straight lines, but because of the angle we're looking at it, this line or this edge goes in, and so does this one. Like it goes in at an angle. So if you switch to orthographic, like you can see that these three lines are all straight, because in reality they are all perpendicular. When you're looking at it with perspective, they go at different angles, whereas this shows like the exact angle. Like there's like part of it that like makes sense in my head that I can't quite explain, but yeah, it is kind of trippy, especially if you're like going back and forth between them. But yeah, even like zooming in and moving the camera around is weird. It's like optic compensation. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it compensates for like how your eyes look at perspective. Like an image coming to a slight curve at the, yeah, it's like, yeah. I'm trying to remember, there was one thing that was like really, I was using it for, and it was like really helpful, and it was like really easy to understand what was changing, but I can't remember what I was using it for. But yeah, like looking at this shape right now, if this were the normal perspective, it would be like, you know, like the wall looks like it's going in a little bit. It's not a perfect cube because it's like, you know, shifting around and making it look weird. But yeah, it is good. It is helpful sometimes. Anyway, that was a really long tangent of unnecessarily explaining the orthogonal view, or orthographic, I should say. Orthogonal is the opposite of diagonal, but this is orthographic. It's not exact. Oh, that's what I was doing. I was using it to look at this. Because, yeah, it's harder in the normal perspective. It's harder to tell if it's exactly lining up because, like, this bottom face of the cube, it's hard to see, like, do I want to line up, you know, this line? Do I want to line up that line? Why, we haven't gotten off that tangent in 50 years. That tangent's been dead all along. But yeah, here it should be, there's like less overlap, so it's a lot easier to tell if the angle is the same. Actually, for that, let me move it a little closer. I wish I could zoom in a little more, but... So... Hang on. I can't zoom in, so I'm just going to get my face closer to the screen. Alright. That looks pretty close. So make that...
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
Thank you. You jump scared me a little bit. How are the volumes on those, by the way? I haven't, like, really figured that out yet. Alright, I'll just move this down until I can see that it overlaps. Okay. So, in theory, hypothetically, if I stretch this out, sounds about right. Might need to turn up a bit, but I can def hear it. Okay. One necrolich done. Heck yeah! Look at you making good progress. Okay, so... where's that shape? So, alright, so if I combine these two now... It looks so good in Discord. Yeah, the picture you sent me before was looking really good too. I don't hate it, but I feel like it's not in exactly the right spot. So till it's just barely touching. Yeah, you can add break. Oh, already? Yeah, you can see the dark triangle. When the shape gets darker, it's where the hole or the eraser is going to be overlapping. So with this little this little triangle here, it's like just barely touching. So I want to try and line it up a drop more. Oh, it's an ad break already in progress. I was like, why can't I just snooze it? I'm not going to skip to commercials at the moment. I'm getting close to the end of the day. Just finished the base, so I'll post that tomorrow. Yeah, I can't wait to see. Okay. So actually, what if I... Alright, so if I just combine those two, how does that look? Okay, that actually... Oh, let's see, I gotta make this go out a little more. Okay. That combine with that. Come on. Combine. Please combine. Try the... Oh, there we go. Okay, that actually lines up pretty well. What if I just combine the shapes overall? So it's nuts how much I've improved considering started 2 months. I know, you've seriously come so far painting. Like, I'm glad you're enjoying it. It's very cool. Oh, right. So the whole reason I'm trying this is because this straight edge I don't love. So if this were beveled like this, that's kind of hard to see. But I feel like it does work a little better. Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll do that. So well, then the other question is, do I still want the second bevel here? It's really fun. I'm good. I'm glad. I'm glad you're having fun with it. I don't know if I want the second bevel, because just on this side, like, just having one come up and out of it. What was I doing over here? Yeah, because like this one, there's like a little ridge, so it's like a little more 3D. I guess I could like duplicate the shapes. Then I have. Okay, go. I cannot get over it. Whoops. I just can't decide. All right, so what's the easiest way to have these beveled edges, but also have this shape come out a little more? I think I'm gonna call it here and come back to it, because I'm just like I said, my brain gets tired really easily when I'm doing this. Any suggestions how to paint gold colors without like a gold pigmented paint? Yeah, I will. There's a thing called non-metallic metals, and it's terrible and I hate it, but you might be interested in it, so I'll make a note. I'll send you a little thing on that. Let's see. Back to OBS. All right, let's. Oh, yeah, I think I'm brain fried for the day. Figuring out shapes like that always takes it out of me. Oh, did I not? I gotta figure out. I forgot to finish. It's almost 100 out today. Oh, that's disgusting. I gotta fix chat on these screens when there's no Game Boy. I thought I set it so that the text was white on these screens, but I guess I didn't. Oh, I'll have to look at it. Let me make a quick note so I don't forget. Chat on. Really enjoyed the stream. Thank you. I'm glad. I mostly enjoyed it. Yeah, I just gotta play around with it. I just have to remember to look at it. But I thought I already did. Maybe it reverted. 34. Yeah, it's gross out. But yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed the stream. I mostly had fun when I wasn't getting lost in the weeds like I always do. Any lurkers out there, thank you for hanging out as well. Hopefully you had fun. Hopefully after this I can get some more things done off the checklist for back-end stream stuff. Hope you all have a wonderful evening, afternoon, night, morning if you're watching this in the morning somewhere. Have a good day. Happy Tuesday. Yeah, I was about to say. If it were Thursday, we'd be playing video games. But speaking of, we will see you then. Hopefully we'll have video games a little more figured out this time. I will look at it more than like 10 minutes before stream. But yeah, I hope everyone has a great day. And so I don't know how I looked into it, and I don't think you can edit the timer for how raids work. So I think what I'm gonna do, you can also have it go manually before the timer runs out. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the normal outro, like we usually do, and then if I do decide to raid, I'll do it near the end of that, and then I'll like trigger it to go when the video's done, because I think that's the only way to really get the timing right. But anyway, not super important. Yeah, see you on Thursday for hopefully video games. Bye.